Guys, the other day, Stephen A. Smith and Monica McNutt had a little back and forth on the First Take show. Now, for the guys who don't know, the First Take is a show that comes on ESPN. And normally the stars on the show is, of course, Stephen A. Smith, who is the head dog, the big dog of the show. You have Molly that's on there as Unc Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp. He's on there as well. Those are usually the three main characters that's on the show. And normally they have other on-air personalities, usually rotate between a few people. But the other day, Monica McNutt was on there. And she was feeling some type of way, to the point where she was biting back at Stephen A. Smith. I ain't got to go into detail. Let me let you guys see what I'm talking about.
The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
All right.
Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Wow.
All right, we got to go. You guys.
So did you say
you're my guy, but
who does more than
Stephen
us?
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
So, guys, that's what I was talking about, the little back and forth that Monica McNutt had with Stephen A. Smith. Now, the next video I want to show you is Stephen A. Smith's reaction to what happened on the show. And then after we watch that video, we definitely going to talk about it. Let's go.
You ever heard of Monica McNutt? You have now, because she's on First Take a lot. Shanae Ogumake, absolutely wonderful, spectacular basketball analyst, etc., WNBA player in her own right. Ask her how it's been to be on First Take. How about Andrea Carter, who's a rising star in this business? How much do you think First Take helped that? What about Kimberly Martin? What about Molly Kiram herself? Now, I have sat back for years and taken a lot of shit from people. Some who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Some who act like they don't know just because they want to get at me. I could care less about people getting at me. I just want you to be accurate. And it is highly offensive to me when somebody implies or flat out states, like Monica McNutt did this morning, which was factually incorrect. I challenge anybody to find a show in sports television that discusses women issues, that discusses the WNBA or women's sports, that highlights and profiles female analysts more than First Take.
So, let me give credit where credit is due. Stephen A. Smith really does a lot, and really does a lot, especially promoting women's sports and all that good stuff. He does a lot. Look, he's a big dog in that company. He's a big dog in that company for sure. What he says goes. I've seen where he got some guys fired. I've seen where he got some guys hired. I've seen where he got guys moved or individuals. Let me say individuals. And it was more than just men. But individuals moved around, no longer on the shows. People who brought to the shows that we didn't think was going to be there. We've seen all of that with Stephen A. Smith. He has that type pool. But some people feel like, and I want to say that, I was on King Talk last night. And those who don't know, it's a show we normally have on Tuesdays, usually between 10 and 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central. Definitely check it out. Shout out to JR and the network. But we kind of brushed over it a little bit last night on King Talk. Some people feel like Stephen A. should have really barked back at Monica McNutt Now, for Stephen A to bark back to Monica McNutt like that it won't be a good look. I said it last time, I'm saying it again. It wouldn't be a good look for Stephen A. Smith. The reason why, because I don't know if you remember, Stephen A. Smith barked back at the woman before, and he was suspended. Cost him some time off. Almost cost him his job. Let's keep it real. Almost cost him his job. And at the end of the day, it's really not worth. It's really not. Especially when you have your own platform like Stephen A. Smith, and that second video that we watched shows he can get on his own platform, his podcast, and say pretty much what he wants. Even if that's one of his co-workers who he doesn't disagree with or agree with. So, with that being said, that would probably be the best place for him to, backbite, send a message, say what he needs to say, and keep it moving. As long as he don't go too overboard, you know what I'm saying? Like my man Pat McAfee and calling a woman a bitch. Yeah, that's extreme, Pat McAfee. I ain't gonna lie. And that was on the ESPN network. I don't know what's going to become of the backlash from that situation. But that's a different conversation. But nonetheless, how's that going to play out? If that man bites back, say some crazy smart aleck on ESPN, do you think it's going to end well for Stephen A. Smith? Is he going to make some of you guys happy because y'all can't stand women and y'all looking for any way to get back at a woman by lashing out at her? You think that's going to help the situation? I don't think so. I think Stephen A. handled it the best way he possibly could. Professional, respectful, as he always does. Now, look, the man always brags about he has sisters and a mother, black women that he loves and cherishes and appreciates the most. So I understand why he didn't want to do anything to jeopardize it and put that bad stigma on his name again, like it happened before. But at the same time, should he say something? Yeah. You just got to know there's a time and place for everything, right? And so to do it right then and there wasn't the time or the place. But guess where it is? On your own platform, on your show, on your own podcast. Do it then. As long as in a respectful manner, it don't go too far overboard, I don't see a problem with it. So after watching that second video, I think he answered it what he needed to. Look, the man does a lot for the WNBA, for college women in sports. But, you talking about 3 years ago, what he should have did. See, us as a people, we have that mindset a lot. It's never enough for us. I remember giving an individual, a content creator, a bit of advice on where he can go and get resources at. So I gave him the information. He went and looked it up and supposedly made a phone call. And you know what he told me? He said, man, Hank, you didn't do nothing but send me to another white man. You wanted me to borrow money from the white man. I want you to do it. Okay. That's that mindset I'm talking about right there. You looking for a handout from me. I'm giving you knowledge and information that any other place you have to pay for. You have to hire somebody to get this knowledge. You have to pay somebody to get the information I gave you. But I was willing to give it to you for free. No charge, just a thank you. That's all I was looking for. Instead, you go left with it and say, I send you right back to the white man. That's that ungrateful spirit that has people hesitant to do anything for anybody. Doesn't matter color, creed, race, or religion. That mindset right then and there limits people. Cause people who is well off to not want to do anything when there's no appreciation or gratitude. That mindset right there, that's what it is. And Monica had that same type mindset. She said it on the first take. She said, well, you could have done more 3 years ago, especially with your type of platforms, Stephen A. That's bullcrap, Monica. If he just did enough by bringing it up on the show, that's saying a lot. He didn't have to do that. He chose to do it. So he chose to bless the WNBA by bringing them up, mentioning them, talking about them. But you want him to do more. Felt like he should have did more. Man, what are you doing? Are you at the games? Are you calling the games? Are you donating, participating? What are you doing for the WNBA and women's sports? Don't expect me just to do it all the time. What are you doing yourself? Look, guys, the WNBA is furnished and funded and supplemented by the NBA. So to sit there and say certain individuals need to do more, well, look, if you donating money, contributing in all type of financial ways, how much more do you want somebody to do? You had players that show up at the game. You had players donating whether they wanted to or not to the game. But you want more. Guys, I don't know what else you could do. Every year, the WNBA is in the red. They're not turning a profit at all. But yet every year, these young men and young individuals are donating, giving money willingly and unwillingly to the WNBA. Every year, whether they want to or not. So how do you think they would go over if they actually had an option of not saying, hey, I don't want to donate a portion of my check, a portion of my salary, a portion of my earnings to the WNBA? They got to go out there and get it themselves, just like we had to. The WNBA in existence for with 25 seasons now. The first season was back in 1999. And like I said, they haven't made a profit then. And chances are they're making a profit this year, slim to none. But we'll see how that goes. But individuals like Monica McNutt complaining about how much you do, that's some bull crap. And sis, you need to watch your mouth and how you talk to individuals who are helping you become the online TV personality that you are, giving you the opportunity to be on the show. And you want to do this? Where's your level of appreciation? Because I definitely don't see it, ma'am.